am a betting man, and I wager that you need better underwear. Stick around till the end of this video, though you're probably stuck down there already, for essential info on Sheath underwear, the best skivvies in the biz. There is a lesson to be learned, to be reacquainted with. This knowledge never went away, this take never went away, but sometimes we lose sight when we suffer a pretty big loss, and that is what happened on the election. Donald Trump taking power. The elections have consequences. But those consequences can be worse if we're not ready to stand up and fight, if we're not ready to throw up a resistance, an opposition to fascism. Raising hell works. And raising hell worked in this case. Matt Gaetz is out because of you sharing videos, because of you sharing stories, because of you raising hell. It's important. I want to read this post from Truth Social where Donald Trump announced and thanked Matt Gaetz for his dedication to the process of being approved, or some nonsense he says. It's from Truth Social. Yesterday at 12:43 p.m., I greatly appreciate the recent efforts of Matt Gaetz in seeking approval to be Attorney General. In seeking approval. It is remarkable. I know it's not funny per se, but it's pretty remarkable. Look, it's one of those deals that if you can't laugh a little bit, you're going to cry. It's going to really send you into despondency because Donald Trump is just an abject dumb shit, just a stupid human being. He has no understanding of the document to which he swore an oath one time, soon to be a second time, to support and defend, to protect, to see that the laws are faithfully executed. Well, when you have no understanding of what those laws are, when you have no understanding of the history of our country, how can you faithfully execute? How can you actually give your solemn vow to protect that document? It's just ridiculous. He was doing very well, but at the same time, did not want to be a distraction for the administration with a capital A, for which he has much respect. For which he has much respect, Donald Trump, for the administration that's not yet an administration. Fantastic. For which he has much respect. Matt has a wonderful future, and I look forward to watching all of the great things he will do. Oh, the great things he will do. A man who is credibly accused, with reams of now public evidence of horrors that he has visited upon minors. And I don't mean coal miners, I mean children. And Donald Trump and the Republican Party saw fit to not only nominate him, but support his nomination, protect him from harm. Republicans on the ethics committee voted to keep his crimes, which are voluminous, allegedly, to keep them secret, to keep them under wraps, to protect him. They're protecting a credibly accused violator of children. I'm using sideways language because YouTube loves to restrict videos. So what I want to talk about very briefly here, I got two clips, and this is how Republicans are putting forward this controversy with Matt Gaetz. They're not saying it like it is. And look, they don't have YouTube to contend with of having their videos restricted or demonetized or just deleted altogether. They have corporate sponsorships through advertising that they can just get around whatever. There's no need to bleep. They're not on basic broadcast television. They're on cable. They could say what they want to say. And instead of calling Matt Gaetz out for his horrors visited upon children, listen to the language they use about the controversy. It's pretty gross. We'll start with Laura Ingraham.
Charlie, this Gaetz thing is an understatement that it was becoming a distraction. And people, I think, watching this tonight and hearing this news are frankly breathing a sigh of relief. Your thoughts?
This Gaetz thing was becoming a distraction. What Gaetz thing are you talking about, Laura? That's a weird euphemistic way to speak about crimes against children. This Gaetz thing is an understatement that it's becoming a distraction. This is how they choose to talk about it. Rather than call it what it is and exist in the reality the rest of us exist in, they want to use these nebulous, loose terms that really don't drill down on what his crimes allegedly are. Didn't get much better with Jesse Waters. Watch this.
Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz withdrawing his nomination as Trump's Attorney General and citing the distraction caused by his nomination. Let's go right now to Rich Edson for more. Rich.
And citing the distraction caused by his nomination. What distraction would that be, Jess? Can you give us more detail? I mean, you are, after all, on a news channel broadcasting to ostensibly millions of people, or potentially millions of people. What? Citing what distraction would that be? Huh. Thankfully, there are people who are fighting back, who are raising hell still. Sean Casten is one. He's a Democrat from Illinois, and he is still calling for the ethics report to be released. In fact, there's a measure on the floor. Here's a very brief interview with him and Rhonda Colvin from the Washington Post talking about what his measure entails.
So you submitted the privilege resolution, as you were just saying, to force a vote, the House floor vote, yes, on releasing the Ethics Committee report to the public. So you still want to do that?
Yeah, look, the Ethics Committee was prepared to vote to release that report in July. Matt Gaetz was not being considered for Attorney General at that point. It would have been appropriate for the Ethics Committee to vote then. They then were going to bring it up last week, and they deferred it on result of the Attorney General. They're now saying they want to defer it again. It is critically important for the integrity of the House. It is critically important for the trust of the American people that if you have a member of the House of Representatives who has been accused of sexual misconduct, who has been accused of having sex with a 17-year-old girl, that you can't get away from those allegations just because you resign from your job.
I obviously 100% agree. Here's the deal. Is Matt Gaetz was a member of the body. Matt Gaetz was one of them. And so when you release ethics, it doesn't matter that he quit. It does not matter that he quit. It matters that he was one of you, and you need to manage yourself, clean your own house, be stewards of the culture within your organization. And that's what the Ethics Committee is supposed to do, is to ensure good and decent behavior by the members who are privileged enough to have been sent there by a constituency. Especially when it deals with crimes against kids. Paying up to $10,000 to ostensibly keep people quiet for his crimes. There are text messages. There is evidence. It's not just speculation. It's not a he said, she said. There are sworn court affidavits. There is testimony under oath. And a lot of the trolls will say, well, why didn't the Justice Department do anything? You know what? I have the same fucking question. Merrick Garland has been a failure of an attorney general. Failure. I'm sure he would have been a fantastic Supreme Court justice. But as an attorney general, we don't need a lapdog. We need a pit bull. We need a bulldog. We need an aggressive fighter for justice. Not a, well, what's the perception gonna be? Anyway, now I'm going off on a tangent. I'd love to know what you think. Criticisms or praise are all accepted in these halls. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore everywhere. Support the show by becoming a channel member or going over to my Patreon, patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. And now, wait for the most glorious ad for the most glorious underwear company in the history of all underwear companies, Sheath. There are so many unknowns in life. It often feels like a game of chance. things often turn out differently than expected, despite the best planning or intentions. Interest rates, that fancy bottle of wine you bought, heck, the election, so much feels like a gamble. One thing you do not have to speculate on, your underwear, or mine for that matter. Designed by a U.S. military soldier while in Iraq, a guy who knows something about steaks, Sheath Underwear's dual pouch system ensures your package won't stick to your leg, while also giving everything some space by separating your gambler from his dice. You see what I'm doing here? Thanks to this testicular tech, Sheath has successfully been protecting your most valuable assets for over 10 years. They are recommended by multiple doctors and urologists and have over 20,000 five-star reviews from customers like me. I'm one of those 20,000 reviews. My sheaths have been with me through thick and thin, both before I was a bit heavier than I am now, and now as the leaner version of me. Trademark or copyright that. I love these things. I think that's pretty clear. So no more garment gambling, all right? Head to sheathunderwear.com/Dollemore to score 20% off. You don't need to be a high roller. You see the theme here, the gambling and the dice and the... It's good, right? You don't have to be a high roller to have unbeatable underwear. My go-tos are the Airflow Mesh, but Sheath has tons of excellent styles and designs. All sheaths are backed by a 2-year warranty and will land on your doorstep near instantly thanks to blindingly fast shipping, which is free in the United States on orders over $75. Also, your purchase actually does affect positive change, and this is very important. Sheath supports multiple charities like Socks for Soldiers and Doctors Without Borders, so you're winning for the world too when you buy from Sheath. Don't roll the dice on your drawers. Score 20% off right now when you head to sheathunderwear.com/Dollemore. Real change starts with you and, believe it or not, your package. Upgrade your undergarments to Sheath.